Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at the book of Habakkuk, chapters 1 through 3. Some people say Habakkuk, and others say Habakkuk. I say Habakkuk, and whether I'm right or wrong, it doesn't matter because that's how I say it. All right, let's look at all 3 chapters in the book of Habakkuk. All right, chapter 1 is all about honest questions and some kind of shocking answers. So the book starts in a little bit different of a fashion. Habakkuk opens not by God speaking to the people, but rather by a call out toward God. Habakkuk cries out, "O Lord, how long shall I cry for help, and you will not hear?" Okay, so Habakkuk is burdened by the violence, injustice, and wickedness throughout Judah. God responds, but not exactly the way Habakkuk expects. He says in verse 6, "I am raising up the Chaldeans," otherwise known as the Babylonians, "to seize dwellings not of their own." God is going to use an even more wicked nation to judge Judah. All right, so if you remember, there's a split in the kingdoms, a northern kingdom and a southern kingdom, Israel and Judah. And as the kingdoms split, the same thing is going to happen to both kingdoms here with the exile portion, with Babylon being used to bring them back again. So this chapter is real spiritual wrestling. Habakkuk can't understand how a holy God could use such a corrupt instrument for judgment. His honesty teaches us that God invites our questions, not just our praises. So chapter 2 of the book of Habakkuk is where we find him stationing himself on a watchtower, waiting for God's answer. God tells him in verses 2 and 3, "Write the vision, make it plain on tablets. Make sure that it hastens to the end. It will not lie." And then comes this key verse, "The righteous shall live by faith." The rest of the chapter contains woes against Babylon's arrogance, violence, greed, and idolatry. God assures Habakkuk even that evil may triumph for a time, but judgment will come in the end. This chapter serves as a reminder to us that though we may not see immediate justice, God sees all and will set all things right. Habakkuk chapter 3. In this chapter, we see that Habakkuk ends not with an answer, but rather a song. He recalls God's mighty deeds, splitting the earth, shaking nations, saving his people, and then this climactic declaration of faith near the end, "Though the fig tree should not blossom, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will take joy in the God of my salvation." It's one of the most stunning affirmations of faith in the Bible, actually. Habakkuk moves from wrestling to worship, from confusion to confidence, not because his circumstances changed, but because his perspective did. Habakkuk is a journey from lament to trust, from why God to I will rejoice in you. It's for anyone who's looked around and wondered why evil seems to win, because God wins in the end. That's it for today. Be well, friends.